everyone, my name is Stephanie Yan. Welcome back to our Best Move series. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 best moves that I find at a US Go Congress this year. The first game is played by 2 AGA 7-dan players, Mark Lee and Filippo Jian, in US Open Master Division. And here is example. So both players are following the joseki on the upper left corner. This is what happened. After double approach, white attached here, black haned, and white extend, and black attached to the corner. So the follow-up joseki is white has 2 choices, either hane on the top, let black connect, white play the tiger's mouth. But the disadvantage of this joseki is white lost the sente. So now black has a sente and black can do something on the top area and develop more territory. So in the actual game, white is looking for the second option, which is the cut here. And after the cut, black now needs to connect. And then white can kill the stones on the outside and give the territory in the corner to black. So that later on, white is able to attack the group on the bottom. However, in this game, if white cut here and let black connect, white Atari and start ladder the stone, the ladder doesn't work currently because black has the ladder breaker here. So if white chooses this variation, it won't work because the ladder doesn't work. So what happened in the actual game? White played bump, and that's also the ladder breaker to make the ladder work. So if black just simply respond on the bottom, and then white now is going to cut. And after I make this exchange move on the board, so now the ladder is working. So as you can see, the ladder goes here. This is black, this is white, white, and white will capture. So if black just let white simply make this exchange move, and it is very easy for white to achieve the goal on the upper left corner. So in the actual game, black played a very good move. Oh, by the way, by making this exchange move actually doesn't hurt white and at all, because these 2 stones later on, white can still hane on the top to surround black. So in the actual game, black played a very good move to not only prevent the ladder, but also to prevent white from hane on the top. So black played a hane here. And white has to push up. So if white just simply push down, that won't work. Because even though white is able to kill the 2 stones, but killing the 2 stones at this moment is too small. So the ladder is still not working for white, and killing these 2 stones will already hurt the stone on the side. So that's not very good for white. So in the actual game, white has to push up here. And black connected on the bottom, and white Atari'd here. Black Atari'd. So black cannot extend. Make sure you're not going to extend there because white is going to Atari on the bottom and then push on the top. So later on, there's still weakness over here to kill the 3 stones on the bottom. So instead of extend, black now is going to sacrifice the stone on the top and connect back. So by making all of these exchange moves on the bottom, so let's look at this entire group on the top. It's very heavy, and even white captured one of the stones on the top, but still that's not real lie. But also, this stone get hurt. So in the actual game, white come back to cut here and start a ladder. Black captured, and white captured this. And then later on, black started attacking this group and killed the stone on the side. The reason why this is a good move compared with the simply responding on the bottom is because if we just extend on the bottom, by making this exchange doesn't hurt white at all, but also later on white can have the hane on the top. But if I hane on the top, I made these two stones become heavier, and in order to make the ladder work for white, white has to make all the exchange moves here and hurt the stone. Alright, so now let's look at the next best move. The second game is played in AGA Pandanet City League final by Ryan Lee from New York team against Team Zhong from Greater Washington team. And here is an example. So now is white to play. So at this point, white is already a little bit behind. Let's look at the center area here. So the 6 white stones are already dead in the center, but white still have some agis. So what white has to do in this game to catch up is to use the agis in the center and to develop more territory in the center area here. However, at the same time, white still has to be careful with using the agis here because white still have some weaknesses on the right side. So if black has some stones over here, later on if black pushes here and then cut on the top, that will be a liberty fight. So white has to be careful. In the actual game, white played a very good move to not only fix the agi here, but also force black to give more agis to white. So where is that move? White attacked first. So the purpose of this move is not to kill the 4 stones, is to, if black captured the stone, simply capture, and white can use the sente on the top. And now as you can see, the agi is already fixed. And since I have 2 stones here, and now I can pull the entire group out and connect with the right side. So of course, black doesn't want to see this happen. So black extend it, and now white connect here and fix the weakness. And black extend again and try to separate the right side and the left side. And then white used another hane. The purpose is the same. So after this move, white wants to black just fix the weakness so that white will have some sentes on the top and pull the entire group out. So of course, since black already have the 2 liberties on the top, this stone is already dead, is in a ladder, so black extend it and keep attacking the entire group on the bottom, around the bottom area here. And then white now played another very good move, which is here. Okay, so the purpose of this move is white wants to save the sentes on the right side and see how black react on the left side. So if black use, let's say, counter attack this stone, and now white can use the hane and another hane on the top, and then use this sente, that's white sente, and connect it on the top. And now you can see by kind of sacrificing a couple stones on the bottom area here, so the white can connect on the top, and now there's some even more potential in the center. So in the actual game, black didn't hane. Instead, black descended. And then white haned on the top, black haned, and white pushed, and black haned, and white cut here. Okay. So it looks very complicated, I know. So we have to be careful with the cut here, because if we just simply fix the cut here, the other cut, and then now the entire group is going to be alive, because white has the ladder. Even though the ladder doesn't work, but white is still able to push through and connect everything. So in the actual game, black has to fix on the right side first, right here, to prevent this breaking through. So white cut on the top And that's pretty much very straightforward. White connected, that's also sente. Black has to push through. And white connected, and that's also a sente. So if black doesn't respond, and later on, if white connected here, and the 4 stones will be dead. So black has to Atari and kill the 2 stones right here to secure the cutting point. And then white made this exchange move in sente and start making the territory in the center. So after these all exchange moves, white only sacrificed 3 stones here and 2 stones in the center. But what white gets is the entire potential, all the territory in the center. However, eventually, white made a mistake in the Biyumi time and lost this game. All right, so now let's look at next example. This is another game played in U.S. Open Master Division by Jeremy Chiu against Filippo Jian. So what happened in this game is black just played a monkey jump here, and white bumped on the top. Black pulled the stone back, and white blocked, and black connected here. So usually the monkey jump is the absolute sente move in the end game, and pretty much this game already in the end game. And then the reason why the monkey jump is absolute sente in general is because there's a weakness here. So in this game, white still needs to fix the weakness here, because if white doesn't, the 3 stones on the bottom will be captured. If the 3 stones are captured, now as we can see, the entire territory is gone. So white definitely needs to fix the cutting point. But in the actual game, white fixed the cutting point and the weakness in sente. How does that happen? So let's look at the corner right here. It is fine, but after white used the hane here and see how black responds, and black just blocked it here. And if white simply connects and black connects back, the cutting point is still there. So white, let me show you. Even though I have the 2 sentes on the bottom, but that's not enough to fix the cutting point on the top until white showed this move on the board. So after white has the descending move on the first line, the cutting point no longer exists anymore because this move becomes a self-Atari move. And then white now is able to capture it. So after I descend here, I fix the cutting point on the top, but also if black tanukis, let's say black surround the territory in the center, and white now is going to start a ko, that will be a picnic ko for white. So picnic ko means even though I lose this ko, but it doesn't hurt anything. But that ko will be too heavy for black, because if black loses his ko, the entire corner is dead. So in the actual game, black had to connect it here. And then after I got the sentes, and white started surrounding the territory in the center. So eventually, because of that sente, white was able to surround the entire corner from the center to the bottom, and white won this game. All right, so now let's look at next example. This is another game played in AGA Pandanet City League final by New York team against Washington team. And here is an example. So both players are having a very serious fight on the right side over here. That's pretty much whoever wins the captain race wins this game. So it is really hard for both black and white groups to make eyes or make 2 eyes on the right side, especially for white. So let's look at the liberty situation. White only has 4 liberties, but black has 6 liberties. Whenever you're fighting against a longer liberty group, then we have to find a way to extend your liberty or increase your liberty. But by looking at this game at the first time, I thought white is dead already, because it is really hard for white to extend the liberty. But for black still have some rooms on the bottom on the right side to extend the liberties and make eye space. So the harder part for white to win this capital race is white not only need to extend the liberties, but also need to block black from extending liberties on the right side. Until white showed a next Tsuji move right here. So after the one space jump, not only white blocked black from extending the liberties and connecting from the top to the bottom group, but also white increased some liberties. So let me show you what happened in the actual game. Black peeped here, white pushed and tried to cut the stone off, so black needs to extend back. And then white made the bamboo shape. So now black needs to start reducing the liberties from blocking on the bottom side. And white pushed, black blocked here, and white made the tiger's mouth. And let me show you how's the liberty situation now after all the exchange moves are played. So right now, white has the 2 liberties on the top and 4 liberties on the bottom. So I had a 4, now I have a 6 liberties. I increased the 2 more liberties. And how about black's liberty? So after I made this move on the board, black now only has 4 liberties. So I have a 6, black has 4 liberties. So the result is white wins the liberty fight. And fortunately, white killed the entire black groups here and won this game. All right, so now let's look at the last best move. The last game is also played in AGA Pandanet City League final by me and Yuan Zhou from Grade A Washington team. So in the actual game, white just played a pincer move here. So actually, I'm in a very dangerous situation, a very difficult situation right now. I'm playing black because I can lose the 4 stones on the bottom and I can lose the entire group over here. But white looks very fine, looks fine. This group, so he made this exchange before he pincered here. He bumped and he kicked it here and then started attacking the 4 stones. So after he had this exchange move, I'm not able to cut the 2 stones off anymore. If I push here and then white can connect it on top, if I push on the top, white can connect it on the bottom. So if I'm not able to kill or cut the 2 stones off, it is very hard for me to attack this group. So if I lose the 4 stones on the bottom, I don't think I have enough territory to compete. So at this point, I used most of my time and try to find out the best solution for me. So then after 15 minutes, I think it's a 15 to 20 minutes reading, and I started attacking the stone right here. All right, that's the first start. That's just a start. So the purpose of this move is I want to see how white will respond to my move. So if white just simply connect the 3 stones here, since I have 1 more stone on the left side, I can temporarily pause to protect that group. Instead, I can start focusing on my group on the right side, right here, or the 9th move, either way. Because if white Ataris this stone, and I still have the eye here, if I need it, I can make that exchange move, or I can save it and then start escaping from the center, right here. So that's the purpose of that move. So in the actual game, white doesn't want to give me the eye space on the side, so he Atari'd. And then if I just simply capture it, and as he's still able to pull the 3 stones or even lift on the side, so I didn't capture that stone. Instead, I pushed here, and it captured after I push. Because since I made that exchange move, it's no longer a tiger's mouth anymore. If I don't have this move, as I showed you before, if I push here first, and now white is able to make a tiger's mouth. So after I make that exchange, and then when I push and now it is a tiger's mouth, but since I already made that exchange move, I'm able to capture that stone and cut the 3 stones off. All right, however, that doesn't give me a good solution yet, because white is still able to live on the bottom. So my next hard question is, how can I save the 4 stones and escape from the center? So if I just simply jump, and a white will pull the stone out, so my entire group here is not safe yet, and the 4 stones is dying. All right, and then I used another 10 to 15 minutes, and then I find out a very good move, which is here. Let me show you what happened in the actual game, and then you will probably see why this is a good move. And white has to keep extending, and then I made this exchange, and I push it again. White hanate, black hanes, white connects, and black extend. All right, so the first time when I was reading this variation, I thought it can't happen like this. It won't work. White has so many liberties, and I have so many cutting points. But after the second time, when I verified, when I was reading this variation again, I find out actually white is not able to reduce one of my liberties here. So that means I will have 6 liberties, since white is not able to block any of the liberty. Yes, white can block from the left side, but then I can jump out and get more liberties. So in order to kill my 5 stones, white has to block one of these liberties, but none of the move is working. And then white only has 5 liberties here. So that means if white is not able to block any of the liberties from the right side, white is losing by 1 liberty. And then I read it again, the liberty fight between this group and that group, and I'm also 1 liberty ahead. If white pushes here, I can capture, and white blocks here, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and white only has 4 liberties. So in the actual game, white started doing something in the center, but it won't actually help white to get more liberties for this group, and also the cutting point won't help white to block one of the liberties over here. So let me show you why blocking one of the liberties is not working. So if white tries to block the liberty on top, and I'm still able to jump out and get more liberties, and if white goes here, and then I can use the jump. If white pushes here, I can use the cutting point and kill the 2 stones. So after I kill the 2 stones, I get more liberties. So attach here, that will be the same thing. So if white goes here, I can use the attach here. If white pushes, and then I can still use the cutting point on the top and then kill the 2 stones. All right, so eventually I killed the entire group in the center by 1 liberty ahead, and then I won this game. All right, so these are the 5 best moves that I find at a US Go Congress this year. Hopefully you like all of my best moves in this video. If you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave the comments below and follow us on Twitter and Facebook page. So my name is Stephanie, and I will see you next time.